gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Robert's Sports Show. I'm your host, Robert. NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 4 preview. Takeovers. If you've seen the best of takeovers that I did, some of the greatest wrestling in the world right now. I was seeing something on social media where there was talk of possible them adding takeovers to next year's schedule. I think it said 9. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't ruin it. That's what makes these takeovers special. There's not that many. There's 5 a year. You don't need it to dilute the product. If you want to see what the example of that is, look at WWE. They started out with 4 pay-per-views a year. Now they're at 13. Look at the product. They've been up to high as 17. Look how diluted the product was. A pay-per-view, network special, whatever you want to call it. TakeOver is special because there's not that many. There's only been, 20? Is that where we're at? There's been 20 takeovers, 107 matches. Don't fuck with it. I mean, they're good because there's that few. Maybe if you want to add a half hour or something to add a couple matches, once the UK division NXT UK gets going, if you want to add, 4 matches, maybe make it 4 hours, but have UK and regular NXT, I'm down with that. But don't make 9 NXT takeovers unless you're doing the 5 for NXT, at a full sale, and then 4 for NXT UK. I could be down with that. But yeah, you got January takeover, you got April takeover, you got one in May around Money in the Bank, August, November. There's no reason to change that unless you're adding the UK and doing UK only takeovers, and I'd be cool with that. Alright, we're going to run down this card for NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 4. Got 5 phenomenal matches here. Every one of these matches could technically be a main event. We have the NXT North American title on the line. We have champion Adam Cole, baby, versus the one and only King Ricochet. These two actually had one previous one-on-one matchup. It came November 7th, 2010. Evolve 6. Ricochet won. I actually have Adam Cole winning here. I think they're going to try to give him a little bit of title run. I wouldn't be shocked if Ricochet won. I'd be fine with it. Nothing's going to make me go, oh my god, I can't believe Ricochet won. It's going to be like, damn, I can't believe Ricochet won. So yeah, definitely got Adam Cole retaining. It's going to be a great match. Next, we have the Velveteen Dream versus EC3. Velveteen Dream, when he first came in NXT, he was Patrick Clark. The name and he had the same type of character. And they changed the name to Velveteen Dream. And he had a feud with Aleister Black. And I couldn't stand him. After that match at TakeOver against Aleister Black, I have a whole new light on Velveteen Dream. Very good wrestler. Very capable wrestler. You can put him in there with a EC3, with an Adam Cole, with an Aleister Black. He's going to have a good match. Don't like the character, but I like the matches, and I'm cool with that. I do have EC3 winning. EC3 is 2-0 versus Dream already, but I wanted to see them build EC3 up a little bit more. They're not really done much with him. Velveteen, I don't see him as a champion, but I would be fine with him as a champion, if that makes sense. He's not one that like, oh my god, this guy's going to be a fucking world champion. But he's one of those guys like, damn, he's a world champion, I know I'm kind of, talking on both sides of my mouth with that, but there's certain people that you can say, okay, this person's a world champion. Andrade Cien Samoa Joe. Those kind of people, Adam Cole. Yeah, okay, when I say that name, Adam Cole, he's champion. When I say the name of, Andrade Cien he needs to be a champion. AJ Styles, he needs to be a champion. Samoa Joe, he needs to be a champion. Velveteen Dream, I'm good either way with him, but I'm fine with him as a champion. I do have EC3 winning this, and I do see EC3 hopefully getting built up as a champion and getting some time in NXT. I know what he did in Impact TNA. I want to see that EC3. I don't want to see the Derek Bateman EC3 that was in FCW years ago. Alright, next we have the NXT Women's Title line. We have champion Shayna Baszler versus Mae Young Classic winner Kairi Sane. Baszler's won 2 house shows versus Kairi Sane. Sane won the Mae Young Classic, and then Baszler won one of the TV tapings. For what I want to see as a professional wrestling fan, WWE Evolution, the first ever WWE All Women's pay-per-view, I want to see 4 horsewomen versus 4 horsewomen. That's the show to do it on. That's the show that you can have your NXT with your main roster, because you already have all announced that all the women's titles will be on the line. So in order to do that, Shayna cannot be NXT Women's Champion. Ronda cannot be Raw Women's Champion. To put Ronda Rousey, Shayna Baszler, Maria Schaefer, and Jasmine Duke versus, you can't have Charlotte as SmackDown Champion. You can't have Becky Lynch as SmackDown Champion. Sasha and Bayley. In order to do that match that I want to see, and it's the time to do it, you build it up last year's Mae Young Classic, you got to do it, is at Evolution. That's the perfect time to do it. It's a perfect main event. 4 horsewomen versus 4 horsewomen. Bam, here you go. In order for that to happen, Shayna Baszler has to lose the NXT Women's Title somewhere between now and October. Why not put it on a Kairi Sane? That way you have your NXT Women's Title match going into Evolution as your former your first ever Mae Young Classic winner, the same way you have your finals or your second Mae Young Classic at that show. And I've already seen some of the results. No spoilers. I don't want to. I just kind of glanced. I don't want to really look at them. I'm watching all the Mae Young Classic when it hits the network, and definitely going to check that out and do some videos about that once it's all done. I do know the 2 final participants. You will not hear a spoiler on here. At least that kind of spoiler from me. So definitely I'm not going to talk about that. But definitely at Evolution we'll have the Mae Young Classic finals. You're going to have all your NXT Women's Title, NXT UK Title, Raw Women's Title, SmackDown Women's Title. I want that big match. Shayna Baszler loses here for me. Kairi Sane. Now, one thing that you're going to see in this, hopefully you're going to see at this show, like you do a lot of takeovers, you're going to have that person in the crowd. Who is that person? Well, if everything is correct, you're going to see the King of Bros, Matt Riddle. One of the last people I thought WWE would be able to sign. The reason I say that is Mr. Matt Riddle, he's a younger version of Jeff Hardy. RVD. His favorite holiday is April 20th. So, but yeah, supposedly he signed a 3-year deal. So definitely should show up at Brooklyn 4 in the crowd. You know, when they paint him, oh my God, Matt Riddle's here! Hey, yeah! King of Bros, man. So yeah, definitely excited about that. Keith Lee getting his TV debut done. Cannot wait to see Matt Riddle, Keith Lee, and WWE NXT. It's going to be sick to see him evolve this year and now see him in NXT. Excited for that. Next, we have NXT Tag Titles on the line. We have champions Undisputed Era, Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong versus Mustache Mountain. You know, part of British Strong Style. Pete Dunne and Trent Seven, and Tyler Bate. Spit it all out. Mustache Mountain, Tyler Bate, Trent Seven. You know, the big strong boy, Tyler Bate, Trent Seven, we all know how good he is. Former NXT Tag Team Champions. Definitely doing stuff with the NXT UK. Progress. I don't have Mustache Mountain winning this and becoming a 2-time champion. There's only been one team that has won the NXT Tag Titles twice, and that's the Revival. Now Kyle O'Reilly has won it twice as two parts of Undisputed Era. It was Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish. They won NXT Tag Titles. Fish got hurt. Cole took his place. And because of the free bird rule, they were able to interchange Cole, Fish, and then when Strong turned and went with Undisputed Era, then they lost it to Mustache Mountain, and now Fish and O'Reilly and Strong have it. So technically, Kyle O'Reilly is a two-time NXT Tag Team Champion. I don't see the point of picking the titles back. Yes, it was great, the UK special, Mustache Mountain, winning NXT Tag Team Championships in London. I just don't see a need for it now to ping it back and forth again. Have the rematch here. This match is going to be good. This could be one of the matches of the night. They all could be matches of the night. I do have the Undisputed Era winning. On to the main event. NXT title on the line. Last man standing. NXT champion Tommaso Ciampa. The start of that. NXT champion Tommaso Ciampa versus Johnny Wrestling, Johnny Gargano. They have had 5 previous matchups in professional wrestling. 4 of those in WWE. Their first matchup, September 12th, 2014, in AEW All-American Wrestling, Gargano won. They had a matchup at the Cruiserweight Classic in the first round. Gargano won. At the Download Festival this year in Liverpool, Gargano won. New Orleans TakeOver, the unsanctioned match. Gargano won. 5-star match. Chicago 2 TakeOver, street fight. Ciampa won with his hands tied behind his back. We all know how that went down. 4 3/4-star match. Now we have a last man standing match for the NXT title. Champion Tommaso Ciampa versus Johnny Gargano. I'm almost tired of seeing this match. I've seen it 2 takeovers in a row. It's the main event. Now we're putting the title on it. That's typically how feuds go. You start them without a title, you put a title on it, makes it bigger. Unsanctioned, street fight, last man standing. Each of these matches, in my opinion, the unsanctioned match to the street fight. Street fight, Ciampa had his hands tied behind his back. And was a DDT or whatever the hell he did. And was able to fall on Gargano and get the victory. And then had a match with Black on NXT tapings to win the title. This was supposed to be a triple threat match, but Aleister Black, torn groin, out until at least October. So this is the one-on-one match. Made it last man standing. I hope it's good. I hope it's not forced. I hope it's more like TakeOver New Orleans than TakeOver Chicago. I don't like stupid endings to matches. I don't like WWE going, well, we can't make this person look bad, but this person's got to look good. No. You have wins, you have losses, you move on. Done. You don't need a sketchy win or a sketchy loss. Those don't help you any, in my book. When I rank matches, that's what I look at. You know, I watched the match from Progress 74 last night. Tyler Bate versus Travis Banks. It was a 4.5, 4 3/4 match. It had a sketchy ending. I didn't like the ending. It's 4 1/4. Yeah, that's how I feel. I wanted a clear-cut win. If it's a stupid match, you know, it's one of those kind of filler raw matches, okay, whatever. But if it's a good match on a pay-per-view, you know, special, whatever you want to call it, have a winner, have a loser. We don't need this, you know, well, we got to get this, you know, quick little roll-up, or we got to get this, you know, count out, or whatever. Have a fucking winner and a loser. If you lose, you move on. That's how you build character, by losing and winning again. I don't know where they go with this feud. It's got to end. The only way for this to end and could never happen again is Ciampa win. Ciampa win, retain the title, I think everyone moves on. but they need to put the title should have been on Gargano at TakeOver Philadelphia. I mean, the matches have been great. I just hope this match isn't a letdown from the last two matches. I just hope we don't get a Cena Batista last man standing when Cena duct taped Dave Batista to the ring post and he couldn't answer the 10 count. I do expect something like that, but I hope I don't get that. I hope we get just a freaking fight and these guys go out there for 30 minutes and freaking tear each other apart, and then last man standing is champion. I'm picking Gargano to win, but I'm cool with anything. None of these results, none of these picks I've done here, do I have an issue if the other person wins. There isn't a Brock Lesnar Roman Reigns match on here that I could give two fucks about. I care about all these matches, and I don't care who wins any of them. As long as they're good, we could legit have 5 4-star matches here. Legit. So definitely, excited about this show. More excited about this show than the SummerSlam Night of Champions the next night, which we'll get that preview up here soon. When you're previewing 13 fucking matches over like fucking 6 hours, yeah, it takes some time to go through all that and say what I want to say. But alright, that wraps up the NXT TakeOver Brooklyn preview. It's going to be a great show. Make sure you check it out, only on the WWE Network. As always, thanks for watching the Robert Sports Show, and just have a great day. Have a spiffy day. Robert Sports Show, your YouTube leader in sports channel content. NCAA college football and NFL football season right around the corner. Check it out here on the Robert Sports Show.